Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to be doing our deck guide on the Jade Elemental Shaman. We posted a kind of a poll on our Twitter, and Giant Mage and Jade Elemental Shaman were at the top of the list, so these are going to be the two deck guides that we do. This particular one's going to be, of course, the Jade Elemental. The Mage one should have came out before this. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with how we do our deck guides and kind of the breakdown, we talk about the deck, why I have what I have in this particular deck, why there's copies of one card versus copies of two cards, and maybe some cards that aren't in the deck. From there, we head into the ranked games, and I kind of go through the motions of what I'm thinking about and why I do what I do, and hopefully that'll give you some good insight into what to expect the games to look like when you play this deck, and also the mindset to have when playing, against particular opponents playing, a variety of different decks. So without further ado, let's take a look at the deck list. Double Firefly. This is found in almost every elemental deck you can think of. It's just immense value, and it's a great turn one card. It definitely helps you against any aggressive based deck. Plus, it helps you against control decks that really don't want to kill the card because it's not necessarily that powerful. It's just really annoying. So whether you're going against aggro or control, this is still a great turn one play. Devolve. This was actually looked at as a card that wasn't really played that much. And this past maybe season or two, it's been really, really popular due to the fact that there's Paladin and Steeds and Tyrians and Murlocs are really good, and you can devolve Murlocs. And, Murlocs don't necessarily cost a whole lot of mana, but together they do immense amounts of damage. You got War Leader, they give each other buffs. So when you devolve them, none of that stuff stays. It merely just reduces them down to a power level 1 lower, and most of the time it's a game changer for sure. So devolve double for sure. It also works well against Token Druid if they want to buff their minions, or if they go ahead and living mana, you actually get rid of all their living mana and it kills their whole mana. Though actually, if you devolve living mana against a druid, they will concede almost 99.9% of the time. Jade Claws. So normally with the Jade package, you'd run 2 Jade Claws, 2 Jade Lightning, and Aya. That's normally the extent of the Jade package, but because Jade Spirit was changed to an elemental, I found that we can actually we're able to fit Jade Spirit into the deck, which gives our Jades a little bit more oomph in the late game. But Jade Claws is just a fantastic early game card, and again, really helps you versus more aggressive and mid-range decks. Double Maelstrom is a staple. This is basically our replacement. Instead of running Lightning Storm, Maelstrom Portal is a little bit better in my opinion, due to the fact that if we're playing against an aggro deck, most of the time Maelstrom gets the job done and there's no overload, plus it summons a minion. But if you're going against control, Lightning Storm's okay, but it's really not that necessary. Plus we have Calamos, which is it has a Lightning Storm built into him, and we also have Volcano, but we'll get to those later. So Maelstrom's just fine. Plus we have Bloodlust in the deck, and summoning a whole bunch of cheap minions and getting a cheeky Bloodlust is always nice. Double Hex. This kind of goes with any mid-range to control Shaman deck. The Hex 3 mana, get rid of whatever the hell you want, whether it has the Death Rattle buffs, it doesn't matter. Hex says I turn you into a frog, and whatever you thought you did, you don't do anymore. Double Mana Tide is basically our draw mechanic of the deck. There's not a whole lot of draw, but there is a ton of value generation, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Spirit Echo being one of the many value generators in the deck. 1 Spirit Echo is just enough. 2 I found to be way too many, because if you draw it in the early game, you're kind of stuck, and you might have to use it kind of willy-nilly on something like just 1 Jade Spirit or just 1 Tar Creeper, just to kind of get something out there. But most of the time, if Spirit Echo hits Calamos, Blaze Caller, Fire Elemental, or any Servants, or even Aya, it's very hard for your opponent to get any sort of traction on value, because you just can't outvalue a 3 mana and generate as many cards as you have on the board when they die. Stonehill Defender. Okay. So I know there's going to be a lot of questions regarding why is there 1 Stonehill Defender and 1 Tar Creeper. Based on the meta, guys, if you're going against a lot of control decks, double Stonehill is good because it generates you a taunt, and that taunt could be an elemental, and that elemental is an extra card, and it synergizes as well. But if the meta is very aggressive, Tar Creeper is really important, because not only is an elemental, it's a 3 mana 1/5 that has +2 attack on your opponent's turns, which really screws up what they're going to do, while the Stonehill is merely just a 1/4. It's not nearly as hard to get through. So I found 1-in-1 is really, really nice right now, because you kind of get the best of both worlds. But as you you play against a lot of control, you put in double defender. If you play against a lot of aggro, you take out the defender and put in a Tar Creeper. So hopefully that explains that. The Jade Lightning is part of the Jade package, so we keep that in there. The Jade Spirit, I kind of discussed that earlier. Now that they put an elemental tag on it, it really flows nice in the deck. The Water Speaker is in the deck, not only because it's a really nice 4-drop, the stat wise, it lines up well with things. It heals you for 6, and you can heal minions as well, which allows you to kind of go toe to toe sometimes with value on the board if you're playing against like a priest or another paladin. or a paladin, so it's just nice there. The bloodlust, 1 is enough, 2 is too many. Again, this isn't a evolved shaman. You don't need 2 bloodlust because the win condition isn't summon a whole bunch of tiny minions and go face. A lot of the times you'll have a decent board, and most of them will have anywhere between 2 to 5 attack, and you can't really win with that. It's just you will slowly grind out your opponent and outvalue them. But the bloodlust gives you the ability to kind of, you know, they see you running elemental Jade, they don't think you're running bloodlust. You have 3-4 minions on the board. This all of a sudden does 12 damage for 5 mana. Very exciting. Servant of Kalamos is probably, I don't want to say as good as Spirit Echo, but it's, I think, on the same point as Spirit Echo, because if you Servant of Kalamos and it gives you Blaze Caller, Fire Elemental, or Primal Lord, that is just so huge. Not only is a 5 mana 4/5 that counts as an elemental himself, he's discovering another elemental, and you can even discover another Servant of Kalamos and just keep playing Servant of Kalamos over and over again. It's just like the Hydrologist into the Kodo. You know, they just keep playing Hydrologist over because you keep Kodoing the Hydrologist back. Really powerful. Volcano, this is your board clear late in the game. If you have a slow start, which sometimes this deck does have because it's not really top heavy, or not, I guess, bottom heavy you'd call it, being able to Volcano is huge. It also, you know, they have, you just, I don't have to explain why Volcano is good. The card is just amazing for AoE, that is. Aya Blackpaw is, again, part of the Jade package. She's in the deck for a specific reason, and there's no really replacement for Aya. The Fire Elemental, you could be like, whoa, why is there 1 Blaze Caller, 1 Fire Elemental? Rob, I don't get it. The reason being is you have 2 Blaze Caller. How are you leading into a Blaze Caller? You have an Aya Blackpaw on 6, and you have Servant on 5. So you have to play Servant on 6 to get Blaze Caller on 7. You have to, you know, skip a mana there. And then what are you playing to get value out of the Servant because you have no 5 mana elementals? So basically, the Fire Elemental will lead into the Blaze Caller if he's in your hand, or you have the option to drop the Aya Blackpaw. There's a reason there's only 1 Blaze Caller is because Servant of Kalamos can generate you more Blaze Callers. Having 2 Blaze Callers and no activators for it sucks, and it's cock block you from a win so many times. I tried it. I tried 2 Fire Elementals. 2 Fire Elementals was probably the most consistent in regards to having a turn 6 play that did something, but having 1 Fire Elemental, 1 Blaze Caller, when it works phenomenally, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't feel as bad as having 2 Blaze Callers, because again, this guy does have the requirement of having to play an Elemental the turn before. So you could go with the 6, 7, 8 curve, which is why I have all 3 of these as a one of, especially Primal Lord. He's a legendary, you can't have any more, but it just, this helps the curve, it helps the elemental track, and it helps just overall making sure their abilities hit on the turn they're supposed to hit, and you're not trying to fit in weird, you know, playing 6 or 5 mana cards on 6 and doing that progressively throughout the game because you're trying to get the elementals to trigger. It should all flow ever so nicely, and that's what kind of the deck list looks the way it does, is so the flow works. It doesn't look like it would work, but it actually works really nicely. And again, if you're having trouble with the elementals, replace the Stonehill Defender with another Tar Creeper, and that adds another elemental to the list, which is super fantastic. So with that, let's head into the ranked game so you can kind of see the method to my madness, and you can actually see how powerful this deck is instead of just looking at me and being like, Rob, I don't understand. So with that, let's head into the games. Alrighty, so heading into our first game here, we're going to be playing against a Mage. Oh no. Alright, I haven't played a Mage in quite some time. It's been a lot of Paladins, a lot of Shamans, a lot of Druids, not a lot of Mages right now, so. Pretty bad opening hand though. For some reason, I always seem to draw this Spirit Echo. It's like, no matter how many, if I have 1 in the deck or 2 in the deck, I always end up with them before 20 cards in my deck. Like, they just like flock to my hand. It's crazy. It's not a good thing, because that's something we want to play like at turn 7+. And I only run 1 of them because I always draw it 2. And it depends. Like if it's super heavy meta control or control meta, you can actually get away with maybe running 2 echoes, but most of the time 1 is just enough. Alright, so Mana Worm, it's something we might devolve, but probably not. We have better ways to deal with cards like that. Flame Geyser, that's fine. We actually might have to devolve this. A lot of damage we're going to take. Yep, that's getting devolved. So this is going to go into probably a Wisp, and this is going to, they're probably just both going to go to Wisps. And now we play the Stonehill. Nah, Jade Spirit should be fine. Alright, so this guy is a Tempo Mage. Or as close to Tempo Mage as you can get right now. Jade Spirit or the Jinzu? I like the Jade Spirit. Jinzu's more stats, but it gets fireballed. Right now, like, this doesn't really want to, like, there's no good fireball stats here. Maybe Water Speaker was better, though, due to the fact that it overloads us. But I still think this is fine. Okay, so we know this always trades there. So the question is, do we Stoneheal and Hero Power? Going on turn 6, if we Water Speaker, Hero Power, then we don't get to play one of these guys. I think it's fine. I think Sagoth here is it's pretty good. If this guy was an elemental too, this deck would be insane. I think it'd be a lot better. So secret? No secret. He's just tempoing out the 4/3. This is super nice for me. Tempo 4/3 feels good, man. It's actually a board I might Spirit Echo too, depending, like, he's definitely killing the Stoneheal, so maybe we don't Spirit Echo this board. I'll take that back. But we definitely Spirit Echo 2 Water Speakers. This guy would be so mad. So right now a Hex looks pretty good. Jade Lightning feels alright. We think that trade happens. Do we heal our face or do we heal this bad boy back up? I guess it depends what we Hero Power, right? Because I don't think Jade Lightning onto that is what we want to do right now. I guess it's going to go to 3. So face may be the better place, but then it can't get Frostbolt. It requires a Fireball. I think that's fine. Already at 27. We go to 21 if we take this attack, but then he leaves all this up. So he's definitely going to trade there, and then we can Jade Lightning it next turn. So it's like a Jade Lightning Spirit Echo turn, even though we only get 1 Water Speaker. And if he's greedy and goes face, then we just Spirit Echo and double trade into that, and we get 2 more Water Speakers. So Fireball. Fireball trade. And this is where, like, if we could have played Calamos with the Elemental, we would have been able to deal 3 damage to everything on the board, but that obviously didn't happen. So Bloodlust actually looks okay here, because if we Bloodlust, we can kill, you know, 2 minions and have 2 mana left over. But on the other hand, we're going on 10, so Jade Lightning there looks pretty good. It's highly questionable. This overload really hurts us. I'm gonna go with this. We take the least amount of damage, and Bloodlust in this matchup doesn't mean anything. We've got so many giant cards in our hand right now. You've got, these 2 are the biggest cards in the deck. And then we got a Sagoth. So we have a 7, 8, 9. Jade Lightning's good. This is a value generator. This is a kind of, we were looking for some AoE in this match. That getting a secret's really bad for us. Oh, he's not even gonna use the secret. Okay. So we're actually gonna be able to get a Jade Lightning in. Okay, this is where we basically just Servant and we Jade Lightning because we need to put something on the board that's an elemental. So this is why 2 Tar Creepers I like, because Tar Creeper acts as an elemental into a lot of turn 5 plays, because you can, like, Tar Creeper Hero Power into 6 or something like that. Even on 4, Tar Creeper's pretty good. The Stoneheal is good though, because, you know, Stoneheal is just a fantastic card. So I'm, like, still in between the 1 Tar Creeper, 1 Stoneheal, or 2 Tar Creeper, no Stoneheals, or 2 Stoneheals, no Tar Creepers. Kind of all depends on the situation. All right, so I'm gonna go with the Calamos here to deal 3 to everything. So we're just gonna hope that he doesn't have a, it's not going to generate him a Calamos too, but I guess we could test that with the Firefly first. Perfect. Now we're gonna deal 3 damage to everything on his side. We're gonna hold the other Firefly just in case he has another Mirror Entity. We're at 15 life though, so we can easily get, like, Fireball Pyroblasted. And we have no more healing in the deck. We've already Water Speakered twice. So Servant of Calamos can give us a Hot Spring Guardian, which is pretty good. So this is a viable play next turn. That's a big boy. So 5 damage, I believe, always comes down. Actually, yeah, this is gonna come down. Then we're gonna echo. We're gonna hit this into here. We're gonna get that guy again next turn, and we're gonna heal ourselves for 12. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Maybe going with Soggoth wasn't necessary. That's when like Spirit Echo is just fucking insane. You can hit like 2 big minions. 1 big minion is super good, but you know, 2 big minions, especially the 2 biggest minions in our deck, that's crazy. Double secret fireball face. Yep. Okay, so this is where we're gonna flame elemental. It's probably gonna pop one of these secrets, and then we're just gonna heal for 12, and then he's gonna concede. Yep. There it is. Too much healing, too much pressure, can't hold them back. Pick a baby. All right, so that was a pretty super nasty first game. It feels good, man. It's a good way to start it off. So normally we always like to get like at least 3 or 4 games in there, 3 wins, 1 loss, sometimes 3 wins, 2 losses, depending on how the games go. Like I feel it was just a good game in general, even though we lost, I like to keep it in there. There was a couple other attempts before this that had wonderful games, so I actually might just put those as a highlight on the side, because we played one Paladin and it was just crazy. All right, so Warrior, Buttery Boo, probably Pirates, to be honest. Keeping Water Speaker is something like that doesn't feel very bad because we get the heal, but it's like not one of the best cards to play. So I think I'm just gonna go with the Maelstrom and look for like our early game Devolves, Fireflies, Jade Claws, and things like that. Yeah, this is just terrible if he's Pirates. Firefly, all right, there we go. We need it. Like the only way this deck wins is if we go 1, 2, 3 against Pirate Warrior. Or if he has a slower start. Because, oh shit, he is not Pirates. And repeat, this guy is not Pirates. All right, we stand a chance. There's actually a good chance that we can outvalue him. As silly as it seems, this deck hits a value generator. It all depends how quickly he gets that hero power, though. But the Bloodlust is what's gonna. We gotta bait out the brawls with our hero power because of the totems. Because he doesn't know we're playing elementals. He probably thinks we're playing some form of token. I almost ended turn before attacking. So we always play our Flame Elemental on 4, so we can get the Servant on 5. So we might just go Servant into Servant and hold Aya, just to get to Servant value, because these guys are kind of annoying when you don't get exactly what you want from them. So he's probably going to hold back here because he has Brawl, and this is fine. We want to get the Brawls out of the way, because then we can really swarm the board. So coin, 5 mana, Ally Armorsmith. It's fine. Servant. Now we look for the highest value minion we can find. Alakir is nice, but not great. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Fire Elemental. It's just a good card in general. Now he knows we're not playing the Evolve Shaman. We're playing Elementals. So he doesn't know we're running the Jade package yet until we drop Aya. So now the question is, do we drop Fire Ellie? I think it's fair. I think this is actually a devolvable board, to be honest. Because then it stops him from getting this, and this goes, yeah, I think this is easily a decent devolvable board. Yeah, not bad. Do 4 board clear. He's going to swing his axe into the 4-3, but he still has to deal with the rest of it. And he didn't get the Direhorn big guy in his deck. And we want to hex when he plays, like, I don't know, something we don't like Primordial Drake or something like that. Ally Armorsmith, that's hexable. Or we could Fire Elliot and do a whole bunch of trades, but I really don't like that too much. Blaze Caller, that would have lined up really well. This looks like it's a Hex Jade Spirit kind of turn. So now we have the elemental down. He's gonna want to brawl this board because if we have bloodlust, he's gonna be really scared because this is gonna be 6 times the 3 and then plus the damage that's currently on the board, which is 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, unless he has another taunt, makes sense. We're gonna be able to do 5 to that though. Again, full board of creatures, still putting in decent chip damage. There's only 1 big minion on the board, but it looks really fucking scary. And we're just going to continue to follow as a Servant, into Aya, into Fire Elemental. Drake hurts. He's getting pretty close to this quest, man. So if we deal 3 to it, doesn't really change anything. We're still going to have to trade both minions. That's actually a bad play. I probably should have gone Servant here instead. That Curator was really, really bad for us on 7. Jesus. He's getting these done so fast. Okay, so Spirit Echo is looking real thick right now. If we can go Fire Ellie, Spirit Echo, we're in the clear. Depending if Aya can live. I don't think Aya's gonna live though. Definitely not. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like she lives. But his quest is complete now. Jade Lightning, eh? Okay, so what do we want to do here? I really like Fire Ellie. Like, if I go too deep, though, you know he's just gonna brawl. Like, right now, I want to keep Aya alive, and I just want to Jade Lightning that. Yeah, I'm going for it. Because now if he brawls and, like, a 6-5 lives, a 4-4 lives, ideally, Aya does not live. So brawl, for sure. 100% brawl comes here. And then we want this Servant. Oh, Ravaging Ghoul, that's a big deal. Ravaging Ghoul brawl is even worse for us, because then Ravaging Ghoul can live. We're gonna hope not, but could happen. Sleep with the Fishes, that kills 2 minions. Ravaging Ghoul, oh my god. The god himself. The god himself. Alright, well that was, I believe, all his field clear. So I think we can just go with the, I want to go with Hero Power, look for Spell Power, and then Maelstrom, Maelstrom, but then we don't get an Elemental down. So if we go with Maelstrom, Maelstrom anyway, yeah, it seems okay. Let's see what we get from this guy first. Something big. There we go. That's big. Alright. So now we go Maelstrom, Maelstrom. Doesn't seem that bad. I really want to go face, but I'm not going to. He has no more Ravaging Ghouls, so having 1 HP minions on the board isn't that scary, unless he also runs a Whirlwind. He also could, like, equip the axe, but then he has no armor generation, and then this guy, having 2 of them in the deck, is going to be big. Ally Armor Smith, an actual Armor Smith, and an Alkali of Pain. Okay. So this is where Devolve would look pretty good. So this is where I deal 3 damage to all my opposing minions, all my opponent's minions. I know he's going to gain a decent amount here, but it is what it is. So how do we want to do the damages? I guess this swings here, this swings there, and then these go face. We're just going to hope for no brawl. He hasn't used any brawls, so it's probably going to happen. We haven't drawn any of our... We haven't drawn Spirit Echo or Mana Tides yet, which kind of hurts. So there's Brawl. We're going to hope that any of our big minions live. A 7-7 or 5-2. The Totem lives. Alright. That's kind of just our luck, I suppose. So this is where he's thinking about, do I play the Ragnaros? And I believe the answer is yes. So now we're taking 8 to the dome. Calamos? Hell yeah, brother. Alright, so now we want him to brawl again, and then our 7/7 to live. That would be the crazy craze. Can we get him to brawl again? Dirty Rat doesn't do anything. Bloodhoof doesn't stop. Okay, the Armor Smith. Alright. Do not hit the 7/7. Thank God. So I guess this always trades here. And then we don't do anything past that. And we're just gonna hope that these 1/1s can get sniped by this rag shot. Or we can just draw Bloodlust. Still have 2 Jade mechanics left. Brawl. Alright, 7/7 or 6/6. You got this. Let's go. Tango in the pits, baby. Tango in the pits. You can do it. 7/7's out. 6/6 out. 1/1 lives. Feels bad, man. Alright, so what's a good draw here? Stonehill's decent because it generates. Jade Claws is decent because it generates. Manatide's decent. Okay. Alright. Dark Creeper's pretty bad. So we're gonna hope these rag shots hit our Firefly or totems. Hopefully he doesn't draw another Primordial Drake, because that kills 2 of our cards. So Weapon Swing into Manatide makes sense. Hero Power hit a 1/1. Hits the 3/6, that's pretty bad. And that's all he can do. Okay. We're going as wide as we possibly can. We're pushing lethal. We know he doesn't have another brawl. Primordial Drake hurts us a little bit, but as long as it doesn't snipe our 7/7, we're totally okay with it. Hair is in, that's why I attacked first, but I don't think he's gonna be able to stop this unless he has another sleep, a whirlwind sleep with the fishes. Stonehill's a big deal. His hero power has to kill the 7/7 though. I swear to God, if his hero power kills the 7/7. Oh, thank God. Alright, so how do we want to do this? Do we just win? So this is 2, and this is 8. Oh no, he's close, but no cigar. We do want him to take as max damage as possible, but we don't want to take any damage ourselves. But this is only 3 damage right here, so this actually has to always go there. This can take damage. This can take damage. This always goes face. Alright. The moment of truth. He has another taunt because of Stonehill Defender, and his Rag Hero shot has to kill one of the giant minions, and he has an Execute still available as well. So Primordial Drake, Execute, trade into 3/5. Hero power kill 7/7 is like devastating. But then we would just Volcano and Swing Face. Primordial Drake, Execute. That's exactly what I said was going to happen. Here's some trades. Yep. But we're going to off the top Firely. We had a Volcano just trade face with weapon, so that was totally a viable option as well. That was a really fucking close game, guys. Whew. Whew. My God. That's without Bloodlust. Bloodlust and Spirit Echo makes that matchup a lot easier. Those are like 2 cards that we like in that matchup we almost always need to have. That game we got away with not having them because we were able to rip the Calamos right after he had field cleared. But if that wouldn't have happened, we would have actually been in really deep shit. But then again, there's games where we can actually just draw Bloodlust and or Spirit Echo and land it on a decent board. Alright, so another Paladin. So we keep Tar Creeper and we dip everything else. Alright, this is looking questionable. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's not great against Paladin. We need faster than that. We need Jade Claws and this hand's okay, or Firefly. Jade Claws or Firefly. I will remember you. Tra-la-la-la-la. You will remember me. Tra-la-la-la-la. I actually want to coin out the Mana Tide. The only thing that he can do to stop this is a Rallying Blade. And then we get to drop the Tar Creeper right next to it. So this is basically, he kills this Mana Tide now. If not, it lives for 2 turns plus guaranteed. Alright. And he's going to swing into Mana Tide, of course. So it goes down to 2 HP, and then he can double trade next turn. But little does he know we've planned. We've planned for this. And now the draw just goes crazy. I don't think he runs Divine Favor in his deck, or he would have thrown up on the board much, much worse than this. And we're kind of in the clear now. We're just shaking and baking, baby. We get to drop Jade Lightning, or we can go like Jade Claws, or we can take some damage with this Tar Creeper and heal it back up with the Water Speaker. Ideally, our best curve out is into Jade Spirit, and that goes into Servant, and that goes into Fire Ellie. Wow, he's gonna actually hit the equality. That is super good for us. That is fantastic for us. So do we ever Jade Lightning this 2/2 just to get it out? Just to make, because like, all right. What do we do? Oh, we even ripped the Jade Spirit. All right. Never mind, that happens 100%. Actually, Jade Claw's hero power there was not bad either. Because I don't want him to have a minion out for the Kodo. Because, like, if we... As long as he has tokens, I don't care about him. Alright, so he's gonna Wicker Flame, and he's thinking about does he play the Kodo or not. Looks like he went with the hero power. So Maelstrom Portal's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, we don't have a Maelstrom Portal. Jade Claws is looking pretty nice, but I'm going to go with the Servant. Well, we actually don't have to go with the Servant. If we Jade Claws, we can't Aya. I guess the Servant's okay. Calamos for sure. Him healing doesn't do anything. So next turn's Fire Ellie or a Aya. I like Aya, Fire Ellie. Ooh, shit. How does he... Oh, we're just going to Hex that. It's too early in the game to have to deal with a card like that. So Devolve is the best thing right now. But if we don't get Devolve, it's fine. Another Servant. Well, oh, man. So we could drop Aya, and she does do a decent job at contesting. I think I'm going to drop Aya. I think I have to wait for Tyrion to Hex. I don't think we have an option there. I'm not really that scared of a 4/4. It was all depending on how he traded. Because right now, let's say he drops... Alright, I don't care about that either. That's fine, because now we get a 3/3, and the 3/3 can trade into this 4/6. Yep. Alright, so now we get to play Calamos next turn. That was the key. Or he's going to drop Tyrion and we just Hex it, which is why I saved Hex. Very important that we save Hex. I guess if he thinks that I didn't Hex the Steed, then I wouldn't have it. But I kept it just for this. I kept you just for this. Go Jade Claw's Spirit Echo, or I could just go with the I think I'm gonna go with the Servant here. Elementals get reduced by 1. That doesn't really do too much. I think I'm gonna go with Alakir. Okay. Let the outvaluing begin. So next turn we can go like Water Speaker, Mana Tide, Spirit Echo. And then I think that's just game. It's too much value. He already used one equality, so we're not really scared of equality clear just yet. Sunkeeper allows him to trade Frog. Okay. Well, this is Akko Taco for me now. So this is 4. This is 7. We get to kill that. And then Jade Claws can't kill that. We have how much left over? 5. The other is to go Alakir into there. But then we don't get to play anything else. Hexing this is not an option. Because we still have to deal with bigger, another Steed. I kind of like the Spirit Echo idea. And so we Spirit Echo, we're at 6 mana. Which means we can only Water Speaker... We hit with the Calamos. We hit it for 3, and we trade there, and it's still a nuisance. It's hard to say. I like going with the Jades here. Yeah, I feel like Jades are fine in this position. I guess, well, this is an elemental, so we get to drop this guy next turn. Kodo kills Manatide, that feels bad. Peacekeeper kills that. Well, it doesn't kill that. Ah, this is fine, because now we can go Alakir, trade, and then just trade into there. Oh, now this trade's even better. So now this can trade here. Alakir gets dropped. Alakir trades here. Then it trades here. This trades here. This trades there. Now we're weak to Consecration, but that's all he'll probably do. Actually, maybe we could have done Maelstrom instead. It's hard to say. Because if he Consecrates in here, then we just go Primal. Oh, the Drake. That's right. That's right, the Drake. Is this where we summon a board full of 1/1s? It's either deal 3 damage to his minions or summon a board full of 1/1s. I like this. Because I can just go with Calamos next turn too. We can even go Water Speaker, Spirit Echo if he doesn't kill this Calamos. If he doesn't kill this Calamos, it's just... Cause he, oh man, it's hard to say. Wild Pyromancer equality? No way. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Is he gonna go for the kill on this? He could double trade. If he double trades, that's perfectly fine too, because I just Maelstrom Portal. I'm actually hoping he doesn't trade, because then we could just Spirit Echo. He had to think about that? You retarded? So... This was... He played the Stonehill first before this, so if we go with the Primal Lord, we're actually going to give him a Stonehill. And I would rather give him another Wild Pyromancer, so I kind of want a Maelstrom Portal first. Alright, so it's not that. Alright, so now we're going to deal 3 damage to everything on his side. And then we're going to be able to kill this. Unless that's a Noble Sacrifice. It hurts, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think he'll weapon into this. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll Consecration this. No, he doesn't even have a Wild Pyromancer because it was Repentance. Yeah, we should be alright. Imagine next turn, let's say he doesn't kill the Calamos. We go Blaze Caller, Echo. He's gonna kill it though, right? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Happens 100% of the time. Every time. Spirit Echo. Good card, guys. Good card. 3 Calamoses feels pretty nice. Steed, does he trade? If he doesn't trade, we just hex. I don't think he ever trades because he knows it just dies. Wow. Okay. Do I just go with a whole bunch of 1/1s again? Or do I go with this to deal 5 to it? I don't think there's a point to deal 5 to it. I like board full of 1/1s. But at the same time, I don't know. It's a hard move. I guess we just go with the elementals. Because this counts as an elemental, right? Yeah, it's fine. We're good. For some reason, I didn't think about Jade Spirit counting as an elemental. Still a new feature. We also could have gone like Glacial Shard instead, but I would rather Glacial Shard something else like its face. That Kasami hits the floor. This is just too much fucking value in this deck, guys. Holy shit. What a nice 3-0 deck guide. And I played against tier 1 decks, beat them, Paladin, GG easy. I know we had a loss in here. I don't remember to what. No, I think we 3-0'd. It was 2 Paladins and a Taunt Warrior. That felt nice. And you'd be like, well, Rob, how does it compare against aggro? It does really well for the most part. Devolves, Maelstrom Portals, Tar Creepers, Water Speakers, and 2 Volcanoes shuts them down hard. If you have really trouble against the aggro decks, just replace the Stonehill with another Tar Creeper and you should be good to go. So, hopefully you enjoyed this deck guide. Super fun deck. Really excited to finally get this deck to work so well, to be exact. I know it looks kind of funky, but it functions very well, at least I think so. And I'll catch you in the next one, or catch you in the next episode, of course. I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.